Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In my previous video where I cover my very first hands-on impressions with the demo, Forza Horizon 4 demo, we covered the first event. We did a showcase event, at least it looks like a showcase event. And on the second video we're going to be doing a couple more events. I don't know how long this demo is, but we're going to be exploring exactly what the demo has to offer. I noticed that they kind of fixed the tree rendering in the game. One of the biggest issues that, well, it wasn't a big issue, but it was more like a minor distraction, was all the shimmering around the tree foliages, which seems to be mostly gone. You can see a little bit of shimmering far into the distance, but it's not as bad as it used to be in Forza Horizon 3, which is good. It's such a minor improvement, but it adds a lot to the game overall. And since the game features a lot more trees than Forza Horizon 3 did, I think it was a smart decision to push for a cleaner rendering of foliage in general in the game. But the game looks gorgeous, as I said in my previous video. If you're curious to see my very first impressions with the game, I really recommend that you watch my very first video on the game. And man, if this game, if I had to sum this game up, I would probably say that this game feels like they got everything that they learned with Forza Horizon 3, everything that they got right with the game, and added a map that's similar to the map that we had in Forza Horizon 2, the picturesque scenery, all the foliage, all of the warm, welcoming landscapes, and combine them into one, and that's how they created Forza Horizon 4. That's the best way that I can describe Forza Horizon 4 from the limited amount of time that I spent with the game so far.
Ah, it's you. I heard about the stunts you pulled for Joel. You know how to drive, don't you? Sorry, I'm Alex. I run dirt racing for the festival. Speaking of which, you'll need a car that can handle the dirt.
Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have our second choice of cars. So we have the Ford Escort RS Cosworth, the Subaru Impreza WRX STI, and the Lancia 037 Stradale. I think I'm gonna go with the Ford Escort.
Yes, the Cossie. One of the best out there. Built and tested on the local roads of Essex, wouldn't you believe? Okay, first dirt race coming right up. You go and enjoy yourself out there.
On the previous video I said I was gonna check out the tune setup, and I end up forgetting. Yeah, we don't have, the servers aren't live yet, so we're unable to download tune setups that other people created. That's gonna be available in the full game, of course. That's only a limitation that the demo has. Alright, so I'm not gonna mess with the tuning with the car because I don't know anything about tuning. I don't want to risk ruining my car. So that's gonna be our very first actual full race in an off-road setting. Let's see how good the car feels in an off-road setting, which is a big part of Forza Horizon games, of course. I would say that you spend a lot longer off-roading than asphalt racing, because you're able to cut corners. So whenever you're driving around to certain events, it kind of makes sense to cut around the off-road sections to save up on time. I want to see if there is a section where we have some sort of undulation or small elevations for us to jump over, just to see how bouncy the car feels In the previous video I said that I hated the off-road physics in Forza Horizon 2, mainly because it was too easy for you to bottom out your car. And they changed that in Forza Horizon 3. To me that was a very positive change, and I hope that they keep it the same in Forza Horizon 4. I don't want to go back to the type of physics where it was so easy for you to, well, to ruin your race by bottoming out. And I can't tell you right now because that's too early. I haven't experienced the jumps and the sort of undulations that I was talking about, but from the tiny jumps that I went over the course of this race, I can tell that the car feels at least closer to Forza Horizon 3 than it does Forza Horizon 2, which is a great thing to me. I think it's really positive that they're keeping the physics for off-roading along the lines of Forza Horizon 3 instead of Forza Horizon 2. That would be a step backwards, if you ask me. But yeah, it's a great first impression as well for off-road racing. It feels a little bit more difficult for you to control the car. Of course, I'm running the car at stock, so that might have something to do with how difficult I'm feeling the car right now. And I'm racing on Unbeatable, so that's the absolute highest difficulty in the game. And as you can see, I'm having no trouble winning the race, at least leading the race. It's too early to say that I won the race, but yeah, looks like we're gonna be winning fairly easily. But yeah, the car feels great off-road. It feels great on the asphalt, so yeah, I don't think there's anything negative to say the game about the game so far. So
Yes.
looks like they're on the right track to delivering yet another awesome Forza Horizon game for us in just a few weeks' time.
I think you could go far in my dirt racing series. Perform like that again and you might just make it into round 2.
I'm not an accent expert, but it looks like this guy, it sounds like this guy is Scottish. I don't know.
Remember, the more driving you do, the more you'll build your influence.
I'm amazed at some people
I'm hearing good things about you.
that are able
Sorry,
to tell my
name's
nationality
I might have
just
something that'll interest you.
by
There's a
my
street race
accent.
meetup, and I think you should check it out.
Of
See
course,
that?
when we are speaking, we don't notice our accent as much as other people listening to us talking do. But it always amazes me when I get comments from people asking, are you Brazilian? And I kind of think, yeah, my accent gives a lot away, a lot more than I thought it did.
Turn left.
But that's all good. I really enjoy. It may sound weird, but I have always felt drawn towards the English language, even though my first language is Portuguese. Where's this board? Oh, okay.
It is safe to do so.
So looks like the fast travel boards
Smash a fast
are
travel board
back,
and get a
so
discount on the Horizon Fast Travel service. Smash
if
them all, and the festival will cover your costs completely. Good
yeah,
thing
I
made
was
for
just
many
about to
adventures.
explain that, but the guy just went over this. So if we collect all of the fast travel boards, just like in previous games, you're gonna be able to fast travel at no cost, which is great. Another thing that they changed is that in Forza Horizon 3, if you wanted to get a car from your garage and you weren't at an outpost, you would have to pay 10,000 credits in order for you to get the mechanic, quote-unquote mechanic, to deliver the car to you. It looks like they removed this cost, and now you're able to get your cars, whether you're at an outpost or not, free of charge, which is great, because I spent a lot of money because I didn't feel like going all the way back to the outpost just to get a new car, so I ended up getting all of my cars via menu.
You have arrived arrived at your destination.
Okay, so looks like we have a street scene, which I would assume would be similar to the street racing in Forza Horizon 3. Let's see if we're gonna be driving the same car though. I remember that in Forza Horizon 3, whenever you had the street racing events, the game would actually lend you a car for that specific event. Doesn't look like it's gonna be the case though, or is it?
Ready? Let's do this!
Oh, I thought we were gonna be driving one of the cars that are up ahead.
You made it. I'm Jay, by the way. Alex wouldn't shut up about you, you know. If you drive half as well as he says you can, these guys will love you. Oh, before we start, you've got to know this isn't strictly sanctioned by the festival. So don't mention this to Kira, all right?
Illegal racing, right?
I gotta go. Work to do. See you around though, yeah? These might not be official, but you keep coming to these meets. I'll make sure everyone at Horizon knows your name. Looking forward to seeing what you can do out there. Have fun now, yeah?
This section of the map really reminds me of the downtown sections of Forza Horizon 2. Holy crap, the car feels a little bit lighter than it did in the previous race. I don't know if... that's probably my fault. It's weird playing a game for the very first time because you don't know how far you can push. How much you can ignore the racing line in order to take corners a little bit quicker than the line tells you to. Yeah, it looks like I'm doing oh crap, I didn't mean to push the AI. But yeah, it looks like I'm doing just fine, considering that it's unbeatable difficulty, which may not be a good sign. I would have expected the AI to put more of a fight during these races rather than winning them fairly easily. I love the fireworks. Oh crap, I was looking at the fireworks, didn't see the car coming. Oh crap, looks like I'm gonna lose this race. But that's fine though, that's not the... I don't mind losing a couple races. That was close, but more of my mistake than the actual AI quality.
So, street racers have all these unspoken rules about...
The AI was driving the Zenvo, which is one of the DLC cars they added in the Hot Wheels expansion pack in Forza Horizon 3. It's nice to see it back. I really like the look of this car and how it drives in that game. Okay, so we got promoted. Oh, now I get it. So we're gonna be able to reach other.
Round one dirt race starting soon if you fancy it.
Yeah,
See you there?
we're gonna be able to
And me and Jay have just finished setting up a new danger sign. You should check it out if you fancy some thrills along the way.
So we have a danger sign. Well, it's all. Yeah, it's halfway through the other event, so why not? I love the lighting on this game. But yeah, as I was about to say before I got interrupted by the guy, or I interrupted the guy, but anyways, it looks like you're going to be able to access different seasons based upon the amount of influence that you get in the game. So if we pause the game, I don't even know if we're going to be able to access it. Yeah, it's currently locked. Well, that's not where we check this information anyways. But yeah, we have certain levels for certain things. I saw a lot of them during the live streams that they did over the Forza monthlies. The weekly live streams covering each one of the seasons. But it looks like you have a lot more to do in the game. And look at the lighting in this game. It looks so beautiful.
These were boarded up to mark potential hazards. Then me and Alex went around and put whacking great flags on all of them.
Cool.
Voila.
So we did. We got the 3
formed.
stars.
So long as you survive, they'll probably let us build more.
I love how some of these brick walls, or I don't even know how do you properly call that, but I love how some of them are breakable. Let's jump right in and see. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have a lot more water in this event. The frame rate dipped a little bit over this section. We were running at a mostly locked 60 frames per second. Also, the game is gonna have a 60 frames per second mode on the Xbox One X, but it's gonna be tied to the 1080p resolution. If you intend on running the game at 4K, the game is gonna be locked at 30 frames per second, which is great. The game looks great at 30 frames per second anyways. So I don't think that's gonna be a downside for anybody who's... Well, you've been playing the game at 30 frames per second since the very first one, so... And there's never been a complaint about how the game was ran or how the game felt at that frame rate. I don't think that's gonna be an issue now. But it's nice to have the option to run the game at 60 frames per second nonetheless. Yeah, I'm having a little bit more trouble than on the other races. Maybe the terrain type is a little bit more different than the ones that we drove on in the other races. I don't know. I know that there are a lot of different terrain types in this game, that they went nuts. I'm not sure if they gave us a number regarding how many different types we have in the game, but I know it's a lot. Man, I'm starting to question whether the game reset the difficulty. I had it set to unbeatable as I did on camera in the previous video. But I'm starting to question whether or not the game is actually set to unbeatable, because these races are really easy to win, and that's not supposed to be like that. A 4-second... Yeah, a 3-second gap between the second place. That's not right at this difficulty. That's not how it's supposed to be. Another cool thing that I forgot to mention is that the game has a streamer mode that you can toggle on and off, and I would assume that if you toggle this mode on, you're gonna be allowed to turn off certain copyrighted music in the game. So we have new cars to collect, new cars being added to your garage. let me check the difficulty. Let me go by parts here. So yeah, it's set to unbeatable, and I don't know how I'm managing to win the races that easily. But if you go into the audio menu and you scroll all the way to the bottom, you have the streamer mode. So we unlocked a couple more stuff. Do we have any more events? Yeah, I think we're supposed to head back to the Horizon Festival. That's weird. Looks like we can set the Horizon Festival as a location
200 yards. Turn left.
in the map, which is, I don't know.
Turn left. In 100 yards. Turn left.
But yeah, it's really nice that they added the streamer mode. It's gonna save a lot of people trouble that they would otherwise have with copyright infringement and their videos being taken down or demonetized. It's always a good thing when the developers think about the people doing content around their
Turn
game.
right.
So kudos to Playground Games for thinking of the streamers, thinking of the people doing videos on their game. It only goes to show that they they appreciate the people who enjoy the game and feel compelled to do videos around their games.
In 400 yards. Turn right. Turn right.
Can we go? No, let me. Yeah, looks like we need to turn here. Yeah.
In 200 yards. Turn left.
Holy crap! This tunnel looks awesome.
Turn left. You have arrived
So
at your
beautiful.
destination.
Enter. Let's see which cars we got. My cars. Let's see. Oh, so we got the other cars that we didn't have, that we could choose, but we could only pick one. So we got all of the other cars. I want to drive McLaren Senna a little bit more. No, I don't wanna. I just wanna drive, so need to press the pause button. Now, is the demo over, or I didn't really pay attention to what that girl was saying, which, well, it's not her fault. It was my fault for not paying attention in the first place. But it doesn't look like we have any more events unlocked. Does it? Yeah, it doesn't look like so. So I'm gonna, well, let's do
Turn around.
these sort of side quests for lack of a better word to describe them. Oh, that's gonna screw up my run. One thing that it didn't occur to me, and it just kind of dawned on me, is that I might be wrong though, but looks like it's a lot harder for you to recover from a slide in this game than it did in Forza Horizon 3. Forza Horizon 3, if you started skidding or going sideways, it didn't matter the car, but
Arrived at your destination.
it was pretty easy for you to kind of recover from that sort of situation. Whereas in this game, I tried to counter steer so I didn't spin around, but that wasn't good enough.
Turn around when it is safe.
It's gonna be an uphill run. I don't think we're gonna have any chance of getting 3 stars. But let's try it once again. Not gonna do all of them on video though, because I don't want the video to be boring. And I'm kind of debating whether or not I'm gonna be doing some of these events on live streams for 2 reasons. One of them is my internet connection. I'm not sure if my internet connection is gonna be able to handle well, a live stream. I have a pretty crappy internet connection where I am. It's a temporary place. I'm gonna be moving to a more permanent location in about a month or 2. So once I do settle down, I'm gonna get a much better internet connection that's gonna allow me to do proper live streams and all this sort of stuff that I want to do with my channel. And the other reason is I don't know how many of you would want to watch this. But then again, there's a lot of people who do live streams to literally no one, so it doesn't hurt to try and see if there's anybody interested in watching this. But yeah, we didn't get 3 stars, and I'm not gonna waste any more time on that event. But yeah, looks like we finished the demo. If I find out otherwise off camera, I'm gonna do another video on whatever the game makes available for us to play. But that's been, I think, a broader first impression that kind of complement the first video that I did. The first video we did a bit of asphalt racing. We did a little bit of racing across all the 4 seasons, and in this video it was mostly focused around off-road racing and street racing. Off-road racing feels great. In the asphalt racing, I'm not sure if that's the car, if that's me, but it feels a little bit more difficult for you to get out of situations where your car is about to spin or going sideways. It was a lot easier to recover the car and straighten it out in Forza Horizon 3. That doesn't look to be the case in Forza Horizon 4. I guess I'm going to be able to judge it a little bit better when the game is out and I'm able to get my hands into different types of cars and different tune setups and different tracks. So I'm going to be able to tell you whether or not that's the case. But that's my impression in regards to how the car handles when oversteering. But anyways, guys, that's been a lot of fun for me. I hope you enjoyed the video as well. If you did like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more Forza Horizon 4 content. I'm gonna be bringing tons of content on Forza Horizon 4. Share the video with your friends and on your social media. It helps me out a lot and I really appreciate the help. Follow me on Twitter and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye.